Hello, welcome to day 8 of my 10-part series for healing whiplash and increasing neck mobility. Today I'm going to be working on the lovely Celia. Let's go ahead and get started. So now that we are on day 8, the swelling should be in a pretty manageable place right now. And we're ready to really get into these deeper layers of tissue in the upper trap. And the goal is also to help the arms, especially the biceps and the deltoids, to relax and let go of just trying to, protect the neck and the chest. I'm just using the heel of my hands and I'm walking my way around the scapula, just getting into the soft tissue of the upper traps. Doing a really basic warm-up today. I'll go ahead and do the same thing with my thumbs. The great thing about your thumbs is you have so much sensitivity that you can pick up on trigger points really quickly. And I'm going to go in with my oil, just a short warm up today. And the warm-ups are a lot longer usually when I'm just starting work on someone that's had whiplash. I like to save lots of time for the deep tissue work when we're this far. And I'm trying to not get oil on this lovely hair. It feels really wonderful to bring that effleurage stroke all the way along that upper trap as it narrows into the neck. I'm still continuing to work on the soft tissue. And don't just assume that because it's day 8 that your client's going to be ready, but more than likely they're going to be in a place where they can receive some deep tissue in a way that's going to be really healing, at least in the upper traps. And because I am doing deeper work, I don't want a ton of oil. I want just a soft sheen on the skin. And just making sure that I have enough on my forearms. I find that people tolerate deep tissue a lot better if you throw in just a few techniques of something that just feels really, really good. Kind of helps your client just melt into the table. This is one of those techniques. Just sliding my elbows along the rhomboids and just offering a firm, consistent pressure as I work my way down. Working on the rhomboids is not going to do much to help the upper traps, but it just feels really good. And as I transition in between these different techniques, I'm trying to not lose contact. We'll see if I think I have enough oil. So I don't want to transition. I don't want to just go from something that's really lovely like that straight into aggressive deep tissue. So I'm staying on those rhomboids and just gradually starting to kind of inch my way over closer to the scapula. And the main area I'm focused on today is the upper traps. I'm going to start to just land on this muscle fiber that really needs this deep tissue work. Just be careful of when you're working with your elbow, you don't want your client to feel like you're just poking them. You really want it to feel nice and fluid. As I do this trigger point work, I like to just hold for about 3 seconds and then continue with a compressive movement around that scapula. Deep tissue is something that your clients can really look forward to and enjoy the sensation of. It doesn't have to be like something they dread or that it's going to be super painful. To do deep tissue work effectively, you kind of want to stay just below their threshold, your client's threshold of pain. So it's like a discomfort that they feel, but it's not like a pain. If you're starting to feel like you're bouncing off of, if you're finding some higher areas of tension and you're trying to do trigger point, you keep slipping off, just slow down. Make sure you don't have too much oil. And just when in doubt, broaden your surface area. So instead of using less of your forearm, use more. And I really take my time as I work into this tension around the scapula. It can be nice to just throw in something that keeps things interesting and just offering our client a little break. I'm not going to do the left side in this area at least. Another area that I am going to work on is the infraspinatus. And this area can forget how to relax when somebody's gone through whiplash. And this is an area that's like the overachiever. It's just always tight and it's not worked on a whole lot. So if you do some good work in here, it can help the deltoid relax and just help the back and shoulders to feel more safe. Like the arms don't have to protect the back. The neck. And don't expect to spend like 1 minute here and be able to really get in here. This is a really thick muscle. You need to be pretty patient. So with my left hand, I'm actually just creating a little more tautness in that muscle, just dragging my hand down. And I would say if you only work on 2 muscles, these are, definitely good ones if somebody is dealing with whiplash. So as I start to sense that this muscle is responding, I can just do more sustained holds and start to offer just a little bit more pressure and staying under that threshold of pain. But discomfort is definitely to be expected. And I'm going to go ahead and do this bicep and bicep tendon work on this opposite side so it's easier to see. And I'm gonna have to grab a little bit more oil. I really like to include the bicep tendon as part of this series just because it can get inflamed and overprotective when somebody is dealing with whiplash. And by day 8, the inflammation should be down enough where I can get in there in a way that'll help. So just doing a little bit of effleurage to warm everything up, keeping my hand nice and soft as I wrap around the curve of Celia's shoulder and arm. And I am just starting to go in with the heel of my hand, feeling for any inflammation. And honestly, this in itself is really great if this is all that you have time for. Including that deltoid is really important, especially after that work in the infraspinatus. And I'm going to go ahead and do some active release in here. I like to go really slow at first, just staying on that bicep tendon. And a little bit of inflammation is fine, but if you're picking up on a lot, you definitely need to use pretty light pressure because you don't want to aggravate the swelling more. You can start doing quicker movements if you're finding some spots that need a little bit more. And just be careful that you're not overworking your thumb. never like to just end with, just a relaxed effleurage stroke, making nice. And a few last effleurage strokes just to finish. And that is all for today. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you for day 9 of this 10-part series. If you did enjoy today's video, you should check out our Patreon page where you will find some really great content as well. I look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the Pose Library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.